What's going on, everybody? I'll start it, Rodney. You don't go right here. Get back on your phone. What's going on, everybody? Josh Miller and the Banter Boys. Brandon getting the hookah ready. This is a news episode. Over to you, Rodney.
News. It's news time for everybody.
If you snooze, you news.
So, first in the news, we got Taylor Page, who played Zola in the movie Zola. She is going to be in the dark comedy The Trainer from American History X director Tony Kaye, who hasn't done anything since American History X.
Which came out when?
Yeah. Fucking, 90? No, it was a 2000 maybe. But anyway, so yeah, Taylor Page to do The Trainer movie. I'm excited because I want to see Taylor Page more. I think this was her official debut being in the movie Zola. And she was really good in it, playing Zola. So I want to see what she can do. I'm not the biggest fan of Tony Kaye being the director. He's been away from it for so long.
Maybe he still got it.
I don't know. He might be that strike of lightning because American History X is amazing.
Whoa!
So,
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting news. I'm glad she's getting more attention. So, next we have the Game of Thrones prequel.
Fuck yeah.
The series House of Dragon has a release date, and it's in August, which means it's right there in front of Lord of the Rings. Which means
when's that?
That's in September.
Back
So
to back.
they're both going to be playing at the same time, both Lord of the Rings and House of Dragon.
I guess it'll be. I was gonna say that better not come out at the same
Well,
time.
they're different stream sites.
Yeah,
so Lord of the Rings will be Prime, and House of Dragons will be HBO.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that's going to be a hell of a weekly watch right there. I can't
that's
wait.
Like a watch party.
Yeah, it really is. Like we come to each other's houses.
Do we know how many episodes?
Lord of the Rings is going to be 8, I believe, is what they said. But the episodes are going to be like an hour to an hour and 45 minutes. Some reports say.
And Game of Thrones?
We don't have any kind of. No, I don't think.
I feel like it's going to be like 8.
Stop, I'm embarrassed now.
I'm not a big fan of these little short seasons. I don't like how they've made them 8, 7, 6 episodes long. Like, I miss the days of like 20 episodes, like 15 and 20 episodes.
I'm pumped for this Game of Thrones, though.
Fuck yeah, dude. I can't wait. Game of Thrones was so big, dude. I hope that they do justice. Yeah. And I have hope. So, next in the news, David Fincher. David Fincher has a movie called The Killer that has wrapped filming. It's David Fincher, so there's really no detail. Everything's kind of kept under wraps.
David.
The Disney movie.
Yeah, good old Disney David. But it'll be in the news more probably in the coming days. There'll be more news about David Fincher's movie, and we'll get a bigger idea. We know it's going to be great, whatever it is. So there's that. Tyler.
This guy?
Tyler, yes, that guy. I've got some news for you, buddy.
Oh my god.
What
That was planned.
What animated show is coming out this time?
An animated Mission Impossible movie.
Hey.
Wow.
Oh, God, you're awful. You're a terrible human being. So, it has a prequel series coming.
HBO Max.
On HBO Max. It will be animated, actually.
No, it won't.
It's animated.
No,
it's not animated. I'm just kidding.
Isn't the same director coming?
Andy
Muschietti?
I hope it's Andy Muschietti because he killed it.
He's coming back.
He's going to be the executive producer. He's not going to direct it. So he's going to be in charge of it.
Yeah, so that's
He's going to be in charge, which is like the
That
same
works.
thing, basically. But yeah, it's going to be HBO Max. So, I mean, they're really killing it with shows right now.
Yeah, I can't wait. When's it coming out?
Oh, yeah.
We don't even know.
Hey,
Like it's just at the beginning stages, right?
Yeah, it's
23.
That's
interesting. Maybe.
I'm trying to see if they're talking about like a timeline where
Yeah.
The story is also said to include the origin story of Pennywise
And it takes place in like the
in the
early
60s.
19s.
Okay.
Yeah. I said
in the
early
time leading up
1900s.
to the events of It Part 1.
Yeah, that's dope.
Will you all talk about that for 1 second? Johnny's calling me.
Yeah. It is a favorite of Tyler's. It is definitely a favorite of mine as well. Big fan of the book. Big fan of the 2 most recent movies. Was a big fan of the miniseries that most people confused for a movie when it first came out. Not so much anymore. The first part at least holds up to some degree. Second part, as usual, still
Dude, I love
not
them
that
both.
good. Josh, are you a big It fan?
Yeah, love it.
I was about to say I thought you were, but I wasn't quite sure.
Bill Skarsgård has to come back as Pennywise, which I'm so.
I'm
like, you know what I
hearing.
mean?
I'm hearing he's not though. He's saying he's
No,
done. I'm
he has
fucking with
to,
you. Yeah,
dude. I
he
was
needs
like,
to.
if they
Remember when
put
he's
a
done with the
different
first
Pennywise-
one though, dude? He was saying he might not come back because he was having nightmares about it or some crazy
Get over
shit
it,
like
bro.
that. He
It's a
did, and he did
character.
chapter 2, and now they're bringing it back again.
Dude. They did think about having him as play the Joker at one point, but then he was like, "I don't
Be
want to
cool.
be too many clowns." Like my whole,
Nah.
my whole
One
career,
clown's enough.
yeah, my whole
for a
career is me being a clown. I don't want to do that. I'm pretty sure he was gonna be one of the Jokers. I don't know which.
Yeah, I mean he's
But yeah,
the truth,
this is-
dude.
this
It's
is great
crazy. He
news.
was like the fucking what feels like the 20th option. Like they just went through so many people over the course of time before they fucking
For
nailed that
what?
down
It.
for it, and now here we are, like please bring him back. No
Yeah.
one else.
He
Dude,
shocked the shit out of me with what he did with those 2 movies. They were so good.
He honestly needs to be in them almost more. Like
Yeah.
More screen time.
I want to see him
But
do.
Bill?
I want to see him do something original. Andy, we're talking about Andy Muschietti.
No, we're talking about
Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh,
as
we're talking about as Pennywise. Yeah, because Will Poulter was going to be Pennywise before Bill.
So was
Yeah.
the ancient one.
Huh?
the ancient
Oh,
one.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
Would you?
Yeah, I could
Over Bill
totally.
Skarsgård?
Tilda Swinton.
I could totally picture her.
Yeah.
Like imagine her just normal face
Makeup.
and
Dude,
that
it's
makeup.
perfect.
It would look pretty
It's
dope.
perfect. I can't see her over Skarsgård because we
voice.
have Skarsgård.
We've seen it and he's killed it.
But if it hadn't been shown, I would have voted her over Skarsgård all day.
Oh yeah.
I
at
would
the
like to
time.
have seen them do some scenes with her, like to
Do
see
some
if they
like
were gonna choose her.
takes, like some audition tapes.
Kind of, yeah, but they're like legit.
I wonder if there are some. I'm sure there are, but
Yeah,
I wonder
we're
if they're
never
available.
gonna see them. Maybe in like 20 years, they'll be like, "Oh, here's this on YouTube."
All right, so the It prequel series. Be looking out for that.
Yeah, that's dope.
Some upsetting news. 2 actors that we all love,
Speak for yourself.
Bruce Willis and Jim Carrey, have both announced their retirement. One has announced a retirement. One has announced a leave of absence for a little while. We'll go on and talk about
Which one did
Bruce
which?
Willis. Huh?
Which one did which?
Bruce Willis is saying he's retiring, like he's walking away from acting, and the reason being is because he has a disease. Is that what it is? Aphasia.
It looks like it. I don't know how to
Alopecia?
pronounce
Oh,
it.
aphasia. No, that's,
Oh, that's perfect.
No.
dude.
he was diagnosed
is
with
bald.
aphasia, which is a language disorder caused by brain damage that affects a person's ability to communicate.
I wonder how he got brain damage.
So that's, yeah, I don't know. Well, they say it can vary from a tumor, from a stroke, from like a coma, concussion, any kind of brain,
Yeah.
like head injury, yeah, can cause this.
I
So
hate
we
that
don't really
for
know
him, man.
what caused it, but
Absolute legend.
there has been new reports out saying that his agents, like his company, has like known about this for years, and that's why they've been just throwing him in all these throwaway movies so
Pile
they
up
can just
money.
pile up as much money as they can off of
Yeah.
him, which is kind of fucked up. If you've known about this,
Well, I heard it that way, but I heard it spin the other way. Like maybe like he was trying.
Bruce
to pile
Willis
up
is a
money.
warrior, and he was like, "Okay, I'll do it." Every
He
time
wanted
he
the
said
money.
Well,
yes.
no, I was.
He
I
got
heard
the
he was
money.
For him
like.
to get the money.
But no, like I heard it was the other way around too. But I don't know which way's correct. Maybe it's a little bit of both because 2 things can be true at the same time, which most of the universe doesn't realize for some reason. That maybe they were benefiting, but also The side I heard, somebody told me, not reliable source, random person, they brought up a similar thing, and obviously it is a thing, but they were saying that Bruce Willis was trying to stack up money and shit to make sure his family was good. So he was just taking all the roles he could before he had to finally hang it up, so he could just have, money put away, because he knew he wasn't going to be able to do what has been so lucrative for him in the future.
Yeah,
so that's another way of looking at it. I don't know which way is true. Like I said, two things can be true at the same time. Wouldn't be surprised if it's both, but I'm obviously not an insider. That's another way of looking at it, if true.
I think he's a Hall of Fame actor.
Oh, yeah.
He's got incredible credits to his name.
If y'all know this, but I'm a huge fan of like 80s and 90s action movies.
What?
And Bruce Willis is a big part of that.
Yeah.
So... yeah, this hurt my soul. But at the same time, it was easier to come to terms with just because it was hard for me to see him in the movies that he was putting out lately.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can't even think of, like... I was trying to think about the best movies I've seen him in recently. Like, Split, he was in it at the end, great movie, but then they came back with fucking Glass, and I didn't really like that movie. So that happened, but all the hype was from Split, which he's barely in. Looper was amazing.
2011.
Yeah, but that's like something in the last, 10 years.
Death Wish.
Something like that.
Death Wish was not good.
It was all right. It was all right. It was all right. And there was another one I thought of that was pretty good, but Looper's probably the best.
Hostage.
That is like 03 or some shit.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago, dude. But yeah, it's a great movie.
So,
maybe it'll make the top 5 Bruce Willis films,
maybe.
because we're doing that. I was gonna do my top 5 Thursday, and then right when I was about to do it, I looked at it and I was like, "Motherfucker!" Somebody asked for a top 5 Bruce Willis films. We got to extend this to next Thursday now, so we all can do it if we do.
Do y'all make your list already?
In. What's the next? What happened with Jim Carrey?
So Jim Carrey says he is walking away for a while from acting. I think that this was a decision that he made himself, but I also think this had a little something to do with him slamming Hollywood the way he did, dealing with the slap.
He's been doing it.
Well, no, when he was talking about what we'll talk about here in a minute, the slap that was heard around the world. Jim Carrey was on Gayle King Live, and he said he was sickened. He's sickened by the standing ovation. Hollywood is just spineless en masse. And it really felt like this is a really clear indication that we aren't the cool club anymore.
Bunch of nerds.
He had some good input, though. Like, if you listen to the whole thing, that was like his opening take. But I liked his stance on it. But he didn't trash either guy. Like, he came hard on Will. But he went off on Will, and then by the end of it, he's like, I know Will, though. I love Will. It's just like, you don't know what he's going through. It's usually one side or the other. I like somebody that can separate that. It's usually how I try to look at things. So I was proud of Jim Carrey, as I usually am. He's so awesome, man.
He said he would have sued Will Smith right then and there for $200 million.
Mm-hmm.
But so since we talked about that, Oscars happened over the weekend. And I went to Freeman's, and we had a little Oscar party. We watched the Oscars live. Which, by the way, I did terrible on my predictions this year.
You always do.
I do not.
He's like, oh, you take that back. He got offended. He's like, you throwing stones from a glass house, you bitch.
But, yeah, it was some good movies won, and Will Smith won his first Oscar finally. With King Richard.
So due.
He was way overdue, but God, King Richard was a perfect one for him to win, though.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
even
before he wins his Oscar, Chris Rock comes out on stage to do a little bit or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw this.
And off the cusp, looks at Jada and says, "Jada, I love you. Can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2." And that was it.
Not even that bad.
That was it. So he says that. Well, then the camera pans to, Will Smith cackling, laughing at the joke that was just said.
Wait a minute.
Then you see Jada over there making her little, no, I'm pissed. You better do something. Well, the camera pans back to Chris Rock laughing or whatever. And then he says, "Oh, Richard." And the camera pans back out, and there's Will Smith walking up on stage. So I'm like, what is this, And he smacked him, right in the face, dude, hard too. So I thought it was staged. I thought this was planned. So I was like, oh shit. But then as soon as the slap happened, for if you were watching it live, the audio was cut in the programming. So like me and Freeman were like, what the hell happened to the audio? Like what's going on? And Will Smith starts walking back or whatever, and then the camera cut to like these people in a balcony, and then cuts back down to Will Smith, and all we can see is him saying, "Out your fucking mouth."
Yeah.
We can't hear nothing because the audio's cut, but that's all we see.
When I lip read, I didn't see, like, I'm not that very good of a lip reader, I guess.
But you could tell on that, though.
I didn't, but I was trying to read his lips, and I didn't see keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I read, like, keep G.I. Jane out your fucking mouth.
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought he was saying.
Like he just loves G.I. Jane.
But,
He's just a huge
Yeah, it was
fan.
nothing about Jada. He was just offended
He's
that
like, you
G.I.
just-
Jane just got related to this bitch that's cheated on him.
Yeah, G.I. Jane.
So he smacked him, and Chris Rock was like, Will Smith just smacked me in the face, like
Yeah,
pissed,
Will
whatever.
Smith just
And
smacked the shit out of me.
he was about to be like, it looked like he was about to want to do something, but then he
Dude,
held his
So
calm.
He was about to like rip him to shreds.
I think
like,
so.
Joke wise,
that-
he
He was
professional
about
and
to
held
lay
back.
some news that the whole world don't know about
Yeah, it's.
on Will or Jada, one of the
He
two.
gives that little laugh.
He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I could
He
have.
held it
I
back.
couldn't believe it. So the thing that happened was there's been news every day brought up about this incident. And the first bit of news was there was going to be, charges pressed. There was going to be, him expelled from the academy and all this shit. Well, then it turned into the Oscars, like the producers asking Will Smith to leave, and he said no
Yeah.
and wouldn't leave, so they
Not
didn't know
my
what to
mind.
What a
do.
power move, dude.
But what happened
Boss moves only.
was they did ask him to leave, and he said no. But they asked Chris Rock, the police. They
He was
asked him. They
okay with
said,
it.
"Do you want us to take action? If you want to press charges, we will go get him, arrest him right now."
Yeah.
And Chris Rock said, "No, don't move him. Like let
Yeah.
him stay. Just not to
He
make
tried to
something
do-
bad worse."
Well, you didn't want to be
Pretty
a
much.
guy either. Like, he's supposed to
Right.
win the award, and you're like, fuck, I just took him away from that.
Yeah.
At the same
Well, he
time,
took
you
himself
could
out,
easily
but-
be petty and be like, yeah, fuck him
Right.
and his award.
So that's what happened behind the scenes. But they did try to take action. So now what they're saying is what they're probably going to do is either suspend or expel him from the academy,
Well, he'd step
Damn,
down.
dude.
which means he can never ever be considered for an Oscar again.
First person.
But didn't he step down? I saw news about
I didn't
that.
see anything about him stepping down.
Yeah, I
be
literally
a
just
really
saw
bad
that
person to
like
get
a few hours
expelled
ago.
Oh,
from,
was it? I
Yeah,
didn't
people were
check
talking
today.
about like we were wishing this is April Fool's.
Ooh,
Or
it is
son.
April Fool's Day though.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust any news on that day. But if it's like from Variety.
No, I mean, it
But-
was something like that.
So they're talking
I
about
read it.
suspending or expelling him, and no charges, I guess, are being pressed. But he can still get arrested because it was live. Like everybody saw this
Yeah.
battery. It was.
It says
called
Will Smith resigns from the academy.
Click the Variety one.
Okay. News on news.
So breaking news. Will Smith
That
is
will come out
resigning.
Wednesday. But if you can somehow torrent this or whatever, get an early copy.
Will
We're
Smith
out there like
says
that.
the list of those I have heard is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance and global audiences at home. Smith also said, I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I am heartbroken. Look, I'm just going to get to it. I'm pro Chris Rock on this. Like, anything Will Smith says, I just don't care because he had no right, 100% no right to go up there and physically slap Chris Rock for a joke he said. Because that just opens a door for hecklers at stand-up comedy shows.
Did you hear what happened? The next day he did a stand-up comedy
Yeah,
show.
he didn't want to talk about it because he was still
But some
processing
guy,
it.
Fuck Will
some
Smith.
guy
Yeah.
was heckling him, and the
He got
security,
scared.
he got arrested.
Yeah, he got scared because he thought he might get shot or something
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah, so it opens a door that should never have been opened, and I think Will Smith is extremely immature and selfish because now we're talking about the slap instead of the Oscar winners. Like
And
we're not even talking about the winners
it.
and shit.
And we're contributing
Because
to that.
we're talking
Crazy,
about a
dude.
stupid
Everybody's
thing that
talking
happened.
about it.
But I'm pro Chris Rock.
I'm
I don't know
team
where
Chris.
you all stand.
100%. Like, could you imagine if a
Will Smith
average day
was
Joe went up there and slapped Chris
Oh,
Rock?
they'd have been arrested, tackled, all that shit.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But because it was Will Smith, he was allowed to sit back down and
Fucking
finish his.
actor privilege, I guess.
That, and it wasn't even that bad of a joke.
It was
is the
the
thing.
lowest of
There's
jokes.
So I'm a huge
I
Tom
see.
Segura fan, and he has been laying into Will Smith.
Oh, I'm sure
Hardcore.
everybody has.
And like the comedy community is like,
Scared. They're
well,
scared
they're
right
like-
now.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
Team Chris all
it's-
day. Which I don't know if y'all saw, his ticket prices went from $50 a ticket to $300.
sky-
That's where it
skyrocketed.
goes. No bad publicity. No.
No bad presses. No press.
It's
Neither of
bad
y'all
Bad
can do
press.
this. You
Give
want me to
us a
take
minute.
over?
But yeah,
There's no such thing as bad publicity, is what it is.
his
We'll go
ticket
with that.
prices are up to $350
Yeah,
a ticket.
I guarantee it
for
they
his
are.
tour.
Because everybody's wanting to hear his side, so they're wanting to get there.
Yeah, that
They
was
know his next
crazy.
show
I'm
is
not
about to
spending
be ripping on.
$300 extra dollars.
Which that's he's already got his show written. Now he's got
No,
to change
yeah, I'm
it.
talking about his next one after this one. He'll be
Well,
more
that's
calm
the thing.
about
He already
it.
has his tour out.
Yeah.
And those ticket prices went up, so you know he's got to insert something about this into his already made set because you know
Make the
people are
people
wanting
happy.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm Team Chris, though,
that's something that
all the way.
happened. What do you think, Chris or Will?
I'm Team Chris, but God, Will Smith fucked up by doing that. But I also feel bad for the guy because he was laughing at the joke, and apparently he looked at his wife, and she gave him.
Yeah,
So
Jada's
that-
got
plus
the ring
the
on.
whole
That is-
her cheating on him and stuff.
Yeah, that
like,
shit was
and
stupid.
I feel like he had to like do something, or she'd go
Yeah,
suck
talk to
another
him
dick.
after the show.
So that's
I
the
get
whole,
it. Yeah, but I feel bad for Will. He shouldn't have did what he did, but that I feel
the
bad.
whole
for
Will
him,
Smith
too.
laughing and then looking at his wife and being like, "Oh, I got to do something." That's how I took it too.
He
When
was
I-
laughing after the slap.
But
too,
when I
so
brought
it's
that up to
crazy.
my girlfriend, she was
loves
like,
that.
I laugh when I'm mad. Like, you know how people get so
Yeah.
mad they laugh? She was
Right.
like, maybe that's what he was doing. That joke made him so mad he was in that laughing.
Or maybe
and
he
then
didn't-
got up
even
to do
then,
something.
Maybe
No.
he didn't think it was that big of a deal as it really was, too, at
It
that
wasn't
moment.
even that
Like,
bad of
he
a
just walked
joke.
up there, slapped him, and then walked back, and, like, nothing happened. So he was like, this is great TV. Like, he didn't think it was going to escalate to what it is now.
Yeah, there is also a thing. I haven't actually seen the clip, but there is a clip that I saw. Like, I didn't click on it, but somebody was saying there was something going on that this went back prior. I'm not
Yeah.
justifying what Will Smith did, and I didn't actually
did.
watch the clip, so I can't comment on it. And even at the end of the day, it's Chris Rock. He's a fucking
What did he
comedian.
say?
That's what he's gonna do. But the thing is, like, you wonder if maybe like 6 years ago, Will Smith was like, "Dude, keep my wife's name out your mouth." Now, I'm not justifying, but he might have said like, "Don't do that shit again." Like, if you come at her for maybe like the hair loss thing or whatever the fuck, I'm
I
gonna
don't
put
know
you
what-
on
I
blast
don't know what he
right
said.
there. And then he did it, and he was like, maybe Jay looked at him like, "What'd you say you was gonna do?" And he's like, "You're right, fuck this guy." And then afterwards, he was
So-
laughing, was like, "Ah, what I do?" And then he sits down, he's like, "Well, I gotta sell it now. I'm already in it."
So
And-
something else I saw was a clip of
Something
Will
to think
Smith
about.
on the Arsenio Hall show a long time ago, and he makes fun of a guy with alopecia in the crowd at the
wow.
Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah,
Karma.
Yeah.
I don't get as bent out of shape about that.
No,
Just because people change over time. I don't think he did, but
Chris Rock, like a long time ago, he made a joke like Jada getting invited to the Oscars is like me getting invited to Rihanna's panties. He was like,
That's funny, though.
She has no business being there, and neither do I.
She
that
really-
was the joke, like way
Hey,
back when.
She's a guest.
Set
She's a
It
guest
Off is the
with
shit.
Will. Set It Off was amazing.
Menace to Society is the shit.
So is it real or fake?
I think it's real, 100%
Menace to
real.
Society.
Because there's too much commotion going on after the fact.
The fact that he said
And
that,
he
like,
resigned from the academy.
See,
Dude, yeah, it's
the,
real.
the things that feel fake to me, there's like a couple things that feel fake, a couple things that feel real. The laugh that he was doing, the fact he changed that quickly, it was like in a blink he went from laughing to that. That felt fake to me. And then after he smacked him and he was laughing on the way back, that felt fake to me. But I don't think you can fake, because you could hear it on Chris Rock's mic. Like, it was like, boom! And you could see the way he caught back. It's like, how do you fake that? And then you could be like, well, it felt real when he's like, keep my wife's name out your mouth, all that good shit. But here's the thing, they're actors. He's literally winning a fucking Oscar. He could definitely sell that. So honestly, I would lean more towards fake, but the thing that's got me like, this one single thing has got me thinking it's real is the impact on the blow. Because you can't fake that. That was a big hit, dude. Like, he slapped
I thought he
the
punched him.
shit out of him.
Punched him when I first saw
And
it.
you
Me
heard
too.
it. You heard it. So that's why I got to lean towards real. I don't think it's fake like some of these people are saying. There's a lot of things around it that's like, yeah, it could be fake, but like, you can't
Real or
fake
fake?
that. The fucking
I think
hit.
it was real.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's real for that reason. I don't see how you fake that.
Any
It was
more?
too loud of a bang.
Any other news?
Is that
Ready
it?
to wrap it?
Coda won the Oscar for Best Picture,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
which I did claim that one because Coda. I don't know if y'all had seen it or not. It's on Apple TV. It's amazing.
Damn
You
it,
know,
Tyler.
Will Smith won.
Every
Everybody get taken
episode.
down.
Trying to think.
I didn't even see the results.
I
this
can't.
year.
I can't even remember.
I was like into this last year for some reason. And this year, like, I was gonna look at the results, and yeah, Will Smith slap took it over. Like, I can.
It really did. That
legitimately, like,
sucks too, dude.
and I feel like I don't even know what happened. Like, I haven't even had time to even think about the Oscars. The only thing that's in my face is, the hand of Will Smith.
All right, well,
Is that it?
we can wrap
That's
it.
it. That's a wrap.
Thank you for tuning in. We love
Spinach
you.
wrap.